Concern about a new coronavirus variant detected in South Africa. Scientists worried because of its high number of mutations and rapid spread among young people. Remember, lower vaccination rates allow the virus to mutate more easily. Every unvaccinated person is a potential host for a new variant. This morning, infections in South Africa are dramatically up, a development ricocheting through financial markets around the world. You can see Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai all down sharply, and Europe has opened up down sharply as well. In the U.S., stock index futures pointing to a very dim session here in the U.S. David McKenzie is live on the ground in Johannesburg with the latest. David, what do we know?
Well, Christine, here's what we know, and it's important to also stress what we do not know. But what we know is that this variant, which hasn't yet been designated as a variant of concern, is very troubling, say scientists. It has many mutations, more than 30 of them on the key spike protein of the virus, which means some of them are known to scientists, some of them are not known to scientists. There are early indications here in South Africa and in the region that this is rapidly taking over the Delta variant. South Africa is currently in a pretty good part of its pandemic, but this alarm was rung very quickly because of the potential danger of this variant. What we do not know is whether it can escape immunity. There are some worrying signs it could, and more importantly, possibly whether it can escape the efficacy of vaccines. At this stage, the scientists here saying they believe vaccines could be effective in stopping severe disease, but they don't know yet. And it could take several weeks of lab tests before they know that. Already, countries around the globe are shutting their doors to this region. The UK putting several countries in Southern Africa on its so-called red list, parts of the European Union and now Asia also shutting the door because of the possible risk that this vaccine will pose. There are plenty that this virus will pose. There are plenty of vaccines available in here, South Africa, but uptake has been slow. Scientists stress that vaccines are important and that people need to take them. The next few days will be critical to see how this transmits through this region and around the world. Israel, the latest country, saying that travelers from Malawi in Southeast Africa did go to that country and test positive for this variant. So critical hours and days ahead. Christine?
Is it possible it's already in the U.S.?
You know, of course, anything is possible. We don't know that. There's no indication that it is right now. It seemed to have been restricted. There were some cases that originated in South Africa and that went to Botswana, and people who traveled and found out they were infected, and one that had gone actually to Hong Kong. So there's a lot of travel. You never know exactly where it are, and that's the reason why we're getting together to them to try and get the precise molecular makeup of it so you could actually test for it. And that's something that'll take a little bit to put the appropriate materials together to do that. But we are in very active communication with our South African colleague scientists.